of SNRS. Welcome to the Singapore Grand Prix tonight, where we only have 9 drivers. It's not up to us the standards that we had last week with the attendance. It's really quite poor, in all honesty. But we will still be in the comms box, and yeah, hopefully it will be a good race, despite the lack of drivers tonight. And yeah, hopefully it's a good one. Yeah, it's just pretty suboptimal at the moment. This attendance. Yeah, don't really know what else to say. As just give me. I'm just gonna try one last thing to see if that gets someone's online. I've got birthday unit. I know I have. I know I've got birthday unit. Sorry, 2 people have not turned up and they've not said a single thing. Hello, Rocco. Give me a second. Sorry, 2 people have not turned up and they've not said a single fucking thing. So I'm just gonna try one last thing to try and get them back in. There's one. Invite to game. I'll try one other guy as there is cars heading out of the pit lane. The attendance is pretty abysmal tonight, I will be honest. We'll be joined by a commentator though, so that's 1+. So I won't be completely bored out of my mind in the comfort. Yeah, I know, it's terrible. There's the first one's heading out the pit lane. Just gonna try and see. Oh, Sauber's front wing is off. I don't know how, but I'm just giving me a second. Hold that burrito. And yeah, we will see how his next little stage goes. It's a bit of a joke, really. This attendance, so. And apparently it's going to be a wet race, judging by the Discord, so that's fun on that part. We will see. We are meant to be joined at some point. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Right, Ferrari about to start his first lap of qualifying as he crosses the line, has the overtake on, and is heading down to turn 1. It's about just over 300 kilometers per hour. Gets into 4th gear, into turn 1. Doesn't really go as much over the curb into turn 2 as light, and then missed the apex a little bit of turn 3, but not too bad through there. Now through this right hand, you want to try and cut that curb as much as you can. You can cut it a lot really on this game. He's quite safe that time round. Fair enough, he just wants to get the lap in. Instead of 26.847 in the first sector. Goes a little bit wide through the first corner of sector 2. Not too bad through the next one after that. And if we go through the left hander, he puts it in 3rd gear. I would opt for 4th to try and keep as much minimum speed as possible, as now he has done that through this next corner. Downshift to 3rd. This tight, twisty section of the track, quick upshift to 4th to try and limit the amount of wheel spin, and that looks nicely done in 2nd gear through the hairpin. Puts the overtake on, for the second DRS straight, second DRS bit of the lap, and obviously it's the purple middle sector, as he's the first one to set a lap, as we're now heading down into the chicane, which will lead us to the final corner. Can he get this spot on over the curb? And what is this lap going to be? Flat out, a little bit of a lift through the final corner, and it's a 29.746 by the Ferrari, which is immediately beaten by 1.7 seconds by Forrest Jump in the McLaren. Next one to cross the line is the one that Rocco is supporting the team to be in this race, and he crossed the line second fastest, 6 tenths off the pace, but it is on the medium tyres. That's not bad at all. As now DK it goes into the pits, and we'll now be cutting Hobnob, who won in Baku. Very, very insane race there in Azerbaijan. Can he keep that form up here in Singapore? As there's, he's not looking too bad. What about the first section for Hobnob? It's a 26.3, much faster than the one from the Ferrari earlier. Castellman gets nicely out the way of Nissan. How is his second sector looking? A lot more tired to that curb than the Ferrari as well on this lap. But he still keeps it in third gear. Downshift to third. And holds it in third throughout this whole entire twisty section of the track. And then down into second for the hairpin. Looking not too bad for the Red Bull driver who won. Oh, the McLaren, get out of the way. Gets him a little bit of a slipstream, you know. And there's the purple middle sector apparently on the lap. Second gear now used as we're in the final sector of the lap. Using every last bit of overtake he can possibly use as we head into the final chicane. Not too bad over there. And use a little bit of overtake back to the hot lap. Round the final corner, all flat. And it's pole position by about half a second from the Red Bull. And so the next one we're looking on is the Haas driver of SNRS captain. Through the middle sector he goes. How is his lap looking as we go through the middle sector? And not looking. Oh. Now through the final corner the Haas driver goes. It's third fastest, separating Nissan and Forrest Jump. Now it's the Greek Bill, he's about 6 tenths off the pole man in the first sector. And be able to close that back up as he has a snap of oversteer off the exit of the first corner of the third sector as we head into the chicane now. We want a much tidier run. He's about 6 tenths off in the first sector. Now put him, judging by if he doesn't, if he matches him in either of the two sectors, but he doesn't, and it's P6. And McLaren is the Forrest Jump has improved by about 3.5 tenths per second, but it is not enough to grab pole position. What about SNRS captain? He's on none. And box race, yes. Well, it's a very interesting call line, that's for certain. Nissan, the guy in fourth, he done his first run on the medium tyre, which is quite interesting. And someone's held back at work. Let's have a quick gander to see. No. Right. Nissan is currently on his outlap. Is anyone else on a flying lap? rebuilt isn't. SNRS DK is, but he's way down on anyone in the first sector. Right. And middle sector from it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be pole, but it might get him somewhere near the top 5 potentially if he can hook up this last sector though. Yeah, he needs a lot of battery, driven by 75%, but he has used a lot over in the lap. So we'll see. Around the final corner we go. Yeah, he could have used more battery. And it's 7th fastest. Nissan, what is the man getting supported in the chat gonna get in the first sector? He is only just under a 10th buck in the first sector. He might need more. He might need more time, I will be honest. He might need more time. He might need a lot more time than that, to be honest. We will see as we are approaching as we are in the middle sector of the lap at the moment. What is his middle sector saying? Is it a lot up or is it barely up at all? It is 3/10 up. It's not as much as you want, really. Maybe you can extract every last bit in this last part of the lap, but it wouldn't change position really at all. He needs a monumental last sector if he wants to be anywhere near even the front row. Round the final corner, and he's still 4th fastest with about 6 minutes to go. And 5 doesn't navigate. And is Lucas Aid on? I think I saw someone calling online. No? Bastard. So, currently, top 3, Hobnob is on pole by exactly a 10th of a second to Forest Jump, SNRS captain. 3/10 back from Forest Jump, Nissan barely missing out. Sorry, that was not SNRS captain, that is, but that's Nissan in 4th place. Only just about a 10th back from SNRS captain. The 7/10 back is for Fox Rush. The Greek built in 6th. SNRS DK in 7th, and Viper has not set a lap time, and Mihai crashed out very early on in the session and was not able to set a lap time. And everyone is in the pits. I think that's a Ferrari heading straight back out. With about 4 minutes to go. I'm waiting for Lucas. He was meant to be joining me in the comms and not leave me hanging for dead. But it looks like that is going to be what's happening here, because I don't know if I can manage to 9 drivers in about an hour. We'll see. We will see. We'll find out. Three minutes to go. second lap. Sorry, I'm really sorry about this. I'm trying to, I guess, in a way, see if we can get more drivers in before the clock hits 0. And I honestly do not have a clue what he's online. Thank goodness. Luke, I might just save this because I was about to be bored out of my mind. Thank God for that. Right, so box rush is not on a lap. Forest jump is not on a lap, so we're just waiting. And we'll do this. We'll do their second jump up lap. Bullshit. We'll go on a hobnob to a V. No, he's not there. Hey, RB. That will cross the line. Water runner. I'm right. I'm not in the right. What is Forrest jumping? No one is. Well, DK's on a lap. He's out 2 tenths up through the first sector. Can he get even more improvement in the middle? We've got someone on a lap at least. And in the middle sector, he's half a second up. Needs a lot more improvement if he wants to move further up the grid. And around the final corner he goes. Is he able to improve position? No, he misses out in 6th place by 300ths of a second. Now, the RBs, now it's the people who are going to qualifying. The Greek Bill about half a second up on his time. That would put him in a good position. I think Nissan's just had a moment. Yeah, and that is his qualifying done. He's going to only be 4th fastest. So Greek Bill, he can definitely maybe do. He needs a good fucking last sector, but he can definitely dislodge Nissan off that 4th place if he gets a good improvement in this last part of the lap. What is it going to be? No, he missed out by about 1/10 of a second. What about the Ferrari of Box Rush going around the final corner, and he goes 3rd fastest. Very good lap from him. What about Hobnob going around the final corner, and he absolutely slaps up everyone in this qualifying session. Nissan, yeah, unfortunately he's 5th fastest. Forest jump. Can he pull something out the hat and grab pole position in the Singapore Grand Prix? No, he missed out by 3/10 of a second. SNRS captain next across the line. Can he get on in 3rd place back again from the hat Ferrari? Yes, he does. What about DK? It looks like he's way down on his lap. And he is, in fact, all the way down on his lap, just judging by the delta in the top right. He is absolutely miles down. Right, and that is it for qualifying. Hello, Lucasade. Welcome to, I'm going to say, quite an interesting attendance.
Hello, Aidan. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. To be honest, you're the saviour of the stream because I've been bored out of my mind. If there was only 9 drivers going, and that's not even counting the fact there might be a DNF in this race, as it sounds like it's going to be a wet race. Yeah, this could be very, very interesting indeed. There was meant to be 12 turning up. 2 of them, wasn't able to, and the 3rd one was apparently late, but has never responded, which is quite something, to be honest.
Well, I'm in the lobby screen, so I think once it goes into the race, it should load me in.
Yep.
But hopefully we have a good race.
Good stuff.
So who's on pole? Talk me through.
So, Hobnob on pole position by just under 3/10 of a second. Forest Jump in second. Captain in third. Box Rush in fourth. Nissan in fifth. Greek Bill, SNRS DK is sixth and seventh. Eighth was eighth was Viper and ninth was Mihai. The last two was off the top of my head, and it is a full wet race. It looks like.
Oh wow.
And it says you've left the session.
Yeah, it's a little bit balked. I'm gonna rejoin. All good.
Let's send an invite back in. I believe formation lap is still on.
Love a full wet race though.
Yes, formation lap is still on. So we won't get sent to the shops by that fact.
I noticed GK Bass not here today, but we do have Captain.
Mm-hmm.
A few of the new drivers from last week are still around, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Spinnerman unfortunately wasn't able to make it tonight, and neither was Zach, unfortunately. And also Mercedes driver wasn't able to make it, as we are about to start the formation lap. Bills wasn't able to make it tonight, even though he said he would be here in the chat. Not really much to say about that. Anyway.
Good drivers though, 9 good drivers. So I'm looking forward to the race.
Yeah.
Singapore's such a difficult track, and then they throw in some rain for you just to make it a little bit even harder.
100%. We will see if there's any early incidents early on. Obviously, in the real life race in 2017, those 3 cars went out by the end of sector 1, really. And what in the name of tyre warm up from SNRS Captain? That is that. Look at Captain's POV. Are you would see it? Are you in the spectator?
I'm in, and I don't know how he's getting away with this. Is it warming the tyres up?
Just burning the tyres. They're screaming for dear life.
This must be someone that's running traction control, because I'm sure if I tried that, I'd be in a wall.
Absolutely mudded. Yes, it's suboptimal. I think it's just. Yeah. As you can see on the strategy, wets and wets, it does not look like it will be changing anytime soon, as we're about to end the formation that Hobnob.
How on earth can someone brake whilst turning like that? That's basically just proving it's an arcade game at this point.
Look at that!
It reminds me of being a kid at the arcade playing Need for Speed.
No, give him the 25 points time alone. Good.
I wonder if he can actually hear us, because he's still doing it.
Outstanding tire warm.
And Hobnob has decided that he'd rather just sit on the grid for a little bit by himself.
Yep,
get well out of the way.
Absolutely darted off onto the line.
He's in great form though.
He has. He won at Baku in the race and in the sprint as well. So he is in very, very good form indeed going into this one. But you never know, that could all go out the window by the time we get into turn 1, as everyone has lined up on the grid. No one has failed to park on the grid. And here we go. 5 red lights to the Singapore Grand Prix. It is pedal to the metal and away we go. It's a pretty even start, but Captain might have got the jump a little bit on Forest Jump into turn 1. He's trying to go around the outside, a bit of action, but further at the back as well.
Yeah,
side by side into turn 3. Can Captain get off? Jump has just out tractioned him. Now is Box Rush going to try and go around the outside? No, he cannot. And it looks like they've all gotten through that quite clean. As DK is going to have a go on the Greek Bill. And they're side by side. Is he going to try and go around the outside? Is he going to make it work? Contact a little bit between the two. As he goes for a really difficult part of the track. Mihai's trying to sneak his way around the outside, but you're never going to make it work. And he's got wing damage. I believe his left
he
end
does.
plate.
I saw that fly off, that front left end plate, spot on.
Yeah, very, very risky move, and he
Oh,
paid
Forrest
twice.
has run wide. So Captain almost having a go. He's gone for a
Oh,
switchback.
Captain!
Very odd place to overtake. Will he
all
drive down
over
the
the
inside
back.
here?
Oh, Nissan's out. Nissan! Virtual safety car.
Now, did Captain get the move before the VSC?
It
It
looks
was
like he
very
did.
tight.
It looks
Wow.
like he has. As they have swapped, yep, they have swapped places. It looks like P2 is now captain. Very good stuff for him, and Nissan crashes out on lap 1. Very unfortunate stuff there.
Did you see what happened to Nissan?
I believe he crashed, well, obviously on the bridge. So he might have just lost traction, which is very unfortunate.
It is hard through there in the wet. And interestingly, I feel like Captain's warm-up lap was a good bit of practice to then dive bomb down.
Yeah,
without
as Forrest
hitting
jumps in the pits. Well, that is not what I was expecting. Has he got wing damage potentially?
And Boxfest completely ran off from the pit entry line off onto the track and back.
Has
again.
he got wing
Completely
damage?
misjudged
He
it.
has. It looks, yeah, left end plate. His left end plate is slightly missing on that McLaren, so he's having to replace his wing. Boxfest also having to replace his front wing. Also Mihai as well. 3 drivers all having to replace their wing after lap 1. It's not the ideal start for them, and we have no idea when VSC is ending, so I guess we're about to find out. And it looks like it might be ending now because they are all going full throttle, and it has ended indeed.
Greek Bill and DK.
Yep, the Greek Bill and DK side by side, and DK is up into 4th place. Very nice restart for him under the virtual or off the virtual safety car, and gaps are kind of growing already. Not ideal in terms of reaction, but we will see. I mean, Captain is still keeping on the back of Hobnob. You never know, he is actually closing that gap a little bit. That tyre warm up may have been the tip trick. as unbelievable that would seem, he is slightly cooking. And I'm noticing something, he's keeping the hot lap because in the rain you can just afford to keep it in the hot lap because the battery will just come back to you. So he might be getting a bit more pace. Or yeah, he will be he's clearly faster at the moment. Is he able to overtake? We will see. But he's not really losing any battery despite being on hot lap because of the fact it's raining. Well, he's about 90% now, so he might be losing a bit. May have jinxed him a tad, but no, 94. Not too bad for him.
So it looks like Hobnob and Captain now.
Oh, someone's off.
for
Box
the
Fresh. Box Fresh has gone off. And is that wing damage for him? No, I think he took the run off because he hasn't got anything of the sort. As now, Captain all over the back of Hobnob. Oh, does he hit the back? He almost hits the back of him. Doesn't quite happen. Now he's got the overtake on. They've both got the overtake on as they go through the long straight. A bit of a right kick, but he's not going to get that move done from there. It's going to be miles back. But there is a long way to go in this race. So it'll be a lot of pressure. Don't forget, Viper's not miles off. He's about 1.8 seconds off the road. So if these two start scrapping, that can bring him into place. 1.7, almost close down to 1.7 seconds for a second there. As the Greek Bill, oh, Greek Bill struggling to keep the rear going there, but just holds it. As them two battle for 4th place.
DK swirling around on exit as well.
DK also. Mihai going down the inside of Box Fresh. As we go into the corner that he got wing damage the last time. Is he a bit more careful this time round? Yes, he is. And he ends up yielding the place. Or does he? Is he going to try and go up the inside? No. Oh, Box Fresh, major error, but they're both struggling to get the power down. And Box Fresh from that sequence keeps the position. And now we
synchronized ice skating there.
Indeed. And we cut back to the leaders. Viper now 1.5 seconds. He's looking very quick. He's catching these two out in front. A little bit of drifting through the final corner from Captain as he's fighting to try and keep the car on the track. And managed to do so as he also gets the fastest lap of the race so far. And I was going to say the Great Bill was looking even closer, but then that gap opens up to about 0.6 of a second. Hobnob is really struggling under traction. And they're both on a massive slide. And he is quite close, but he might not be close enough. Maybe with the slipstream he might be. He's not gaining enough as Mihai makes up a place and goes up in P7. And he just doesn't look like that he... sorry to hear that, Nissan, by the way, about that with the lap 1. It's a shame. That's a real shame. Could have done something in this race. Looks like this field is really spread apart, except for like 2 or 3 battles. And I say that the Greek Bill must have made a massive error. He's now 3 seconds back from SNRS DK. Has he got
Captain
wing
for
damage?
maybe down the inside? No, Hobnob covers it off. Good defensive driving there.
Hits the
Captain
wall!
almost tags the wall and spins into it.
He does take the wall, and that does bring by 1.4 seconds. Obviously, there's no DRS in the rain, but he will be bringing into play the longer this goes on for. And
nice consistent lap times by Viper, and as the top 2 battle, he could well get into this fight.
They haven't really battled much. It's just been a lot of, I guess, following. I guess into the hairpin is the first kind of goal, but it's not been like he's just been fast for playing out, sort of like, or some parts of it. And then the gap opens back up to about 1.9 seconds, and now it's it's neutralised a little bit, 1.3. As Hobnob does have more battery. And then the capture has another moment. And Forrest Jump now up into 5th place.
Oh wow, so another mistake from the Great Bill then.
And yeah, he's dropped back by absolutely... He must have wing damage as is he going into the pit? No!
Maybe he's just struggling with the tyres. Are they cold?
Or maybe overheating. I don't know.
Maybe the other way around, yeah. He's certainly drifting a lot.
Yeah, he's already 2 seconds back from Forrest Jump, so he's surely got a problem.
There's still a few nice little battles though, Bruin. You know, Box Fresh is
Viper.
close enough to Mihai. Viper, of course, now closed right in.
He's 8/10 back. Maybe with the help, if it got dry enough for DRS, maybe there would be some potential for a battle.
I'm impressed with Viper though. It's very smooth. I'm watching his onboard, and it's just very nice and smooth on the throttle. Not drifting it in the same way the top 2 are.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, it's very tricky to overtake around here. When there's no DRS, it's really quite tricky to overtake anywhere without any DRS. But especially around Team 4, but I say that Captain gets amazing traction! He tries to get the overtake on! He's in the slipstream, can he make a move into the final chicane? No, Hobnob just gets enough speed down the straight to hold on! For dear life, but there's still a long way to go. I just don't see how he's going to hold this on for 26 laps.
Yeah,
as we go around the final corner.
Oh,
Captain almost puts it round! Wow. They are on the limit here at Singapore. On the absolute limit of somehow keeping the car under control. I don't know how they'll keep this up for 25 laps, but if they do, god damn, it's going to be one hell of a drive. Again, he has his rear end steps out. As Forrest Jump now sets the fastest lap of the race so far.
Wow, great pace.
Very good pace. Shame about the start, he is very much well off the leaders though, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe a safety car can bring that back up, but there's not really a lot of drivers on track, so the chance of a safety car happening plummets a little bit. And
do the wet tyres last 31 laps?
Probably not.
So I mean, can Forrest get away with, like, you know, I don't know, trying to push to the end without pitting?
I guess we'll find out. I have no idea on what these wet tyres are like around here. Yeah. I mean, it won't be. They definitely won't go to the end on Hobnob and Captain. They are drifting everywhere, and now the gap closes back down to 9/10. The gap was about 1.3 seconds, and now it closes back down to. It was about 8/9, now it's back to 1 second, and he keeps getting good traction out of this corner, but he never has the straight line speed to have a go. He's now constantly trying to burn the battery. Is he going to have a look down the inside? No, he cannot. Hobnob, they just cannot. He just can't get through. He just can't
It's
get.
great driving by Hobnob though. Like so good on the brakes and positioning the car really well.
Oh my word! I mean, they just almost spin again. But he's a lot closer. Right, it's just turn one. It's not really an overtake. It's not really a place you can really overtake in the wet conditions. Or make a stand at all, really. Never mind in the wet, even in the dry, you can't really make a stand.
You're right, though. Captain's like traction on exit of corners, especially the tight ones, is just so much better right now than Hobnob.
But he's still having to fight the car through it, and now he's right up the gearbox of Hobnob. Through raffle spin we go, and is he going to make a stand? Is he too far back? No, he's too far back again. He's trying to bide his time.
Now the battery game comes into play, because both having to drain so much.
And Viper doesn't has even less than a pair of them, so he might be using battery to try and keep up with these two, even with the level of drifting that has been put in display. By the way, Mihai up into P6.
No!
Oh, bit of contact, but Mihai makes up the place and goes up into P6. Very nice stuff there. Very tight as well in between him and the wall, but he gets through.
Right on the limit there, yeah.
Very much on the limit. We'll cut back to Captain.
Well, Box Fresh though has now been able to fall into this battle,
and
he has overtaken the Green Bill.
The Green Bill, his pace just does not look optimal at the moment. It looks very, very suboptimal. He's tried this several times as SNRS Captain. It has not worked once. Is he gonna maybe try something different with the battery? Maybe try it somewhere else, but that's the best place he seems to get the traction out of, so unless he maybe goes for an undercut at some point, if the this still my goat, says Rocco. Yeah, shame he crashed out on the opening lap, but here we go. Is he going to go for it to turn one?
Yeah,
no,
I think there was something wrong with the Greek Bill's connection, because I was on board of him for about half a minute there, and it was just jumping around all over the place, and like his throttle was seems to be going like on and off.
Oh, Forest jump and DK swap positions there. P4 and P5, they are absolutely nowhere, like in the middle of no man's land. 20 seconds.
Is flying though.
20
flying through the order.
The problem is there's 20 seconds in front of him, and then there's 20 seconds behind him. There is absolutely he's in no man's land now. It's gonna be a lonely race.
I mean, with he definitely has the highest pace of everyone right now on this track. So I mean, it's lap 8 of 31. I've seen stranger things, you know, in the wet. The delta between competent drivers and like mediocre sort of confidence drivers is huge. You know, you can gain a second a lap.
Oh! I don't know if you saw that, but Hobnob almost did a Russell. He hits the wall going into the entry. Boy, a tyre could have come off there. He's really pushing his luck.
And did that cause the Captain to slow down? Because it looks like Viper's even closer now.
Yeah, he just little tag on the wall. You could hear it and you could see it. Somehow he hasn't lost a bit of wing, or has he lost a wing? He hasn't really lost anything, I don't think. No, his lighting plate is absolutely fine. Oh, they are really pushing their luck, I must say. They are really pushing their luck. I mean, obviously the wet tyres can go for quite a while. Whether they can go to the end of the race, is another question entirely. I mean, they are very on the limit. I wouldn't put the chances past them. Maybe one of them crashing and causing a safety car, because they are so on the limit. They've been so since lap 1. And yeah, we'll see how it pans out come the checkered flag. Viper now 7 tenths. He's really caught up now to the back of these two. 6 tenths. It kind of goes as low as about 7 tenths and then opens back up to about 1.3 seconds. And he's really fighting the car to try and get the best traction possible. But once again, is he able to make a move? No, or is he going to go for it? No, he's just too far back. He tries to think about it, but there's just no way. Mihai, by the way, P6, he is catching, but like I said, with same situation with Jump, they are absolutely no man's land at the moment. They might catch up, but that will be probably a lot later on in this race with how far back they are.
Yeah, I back Mihai to catch up to the back of DCAT. There's still a good race on there for him. He could pull the points on offer.
Yeah, Box Fresh with 3 second time penalty. That's unfortunate. It won't really affect his results due to...
Oh, he goes for the move,
Captain! Captain goes down the inside of the hairpin! Is he going to make it stick? No! Hobnob out tractions him! Oh, it's ambitious, it's bold, I rate it,
Yeah,
but
great idea.
he was just never going to beat on the, unless he got the best traction known to mankind. It just was not going to happen. It was a very good attempt though, I'll give him that. But he just going around the outside and getting the better traction out that corner was always going to win out in the end, unless he got really shocking traction. But he's kept it. Somehow he's still keeping it. By the way, Viper, 5/10 now. They are really closing up to each other here in Singapore with about 21 laps to go. By the way, you mentioned about Mihai. He's really caught up to DK. Oh, I say that, and now the gap's opened up back up to 19 seconds. But it was like 18 and a half, 18 seconds. It was dropping quite a lot.
I mean, I think that's almost a second and a half though in one lap.
Yeah, I think the same with Forrest Jump's closing in quite a lot. You did mention that earlier on. And here we go again. Is he going to make a move? Greek Bill's back in the lobby. Welcome back, my friend. Is he going to go for it? No, he's too far back once again. He's just trying to...
He's been though.
Yeah, he's just trying to make Homnop make an error. He's just trying to maybe make a mistake of some sort. Obviously, it's a long race to go. He doesn't have to risk it all. There's lap 10 of 20, and there's 21 laps to go. So he doesn't have to risk it all just yet. But there's going to be a point where he definitely will want to, will have to get past. And doesn't really want to risk it all down for that last lap if it's still in these conditions. But he is very close again. Down the inside in the hairpin once again. Is he going to get it slowed down? Yes, a bit of contact. Wheel to wheel. But once again he gets out traction off the exit. And now Viper. He might leave him exposed to Viper. Is he going to go for it round the outside? No, he gets the door closed on him. And somehow no position has been swapped, has been changed at all after all that.
Wow. Really good racing by all three of them.
Yeah, Viper has absolutely nothing in the battery. He's going to have to recharge quite a lot. They are really going over that curb at the chicane. Once again, this looks like much better. Rex, he's still fighting the car. He's right on the gearbox, but like I said earlier, this ain't really a corner you can overtake. Or just make like a dive.
Very smart with the battery. As soon as he senses anything, straight onto that overtake mode.
And he's in none. He's trying to save the battery at the same time.
Yeah.
And he has currently got more. He has currently got more. So the advantage there. And now Viper's also saving his battery.
Setting. Exactly like you're saying. He's going overtake when he's sensing danger. When he's flicking straight to none. As soon as he senses that it's all over.
Oh, but Mihai and Boxfresh, by the way. Bit of a battle there. Mihai's just got a 3-second time penalty. By the way, that gap is closed down to just under 17 seconds. By the way, Forrest Jump, you mentioned him earlier. That gap was like 19 seconds earlier. It's now 17.3 seconds. He is reeling the man. This might, he might catch up before the checkered flag. If it carries on this way.
Mihai runs wide, and that allows Boxfresh to overtake. So good little battle brewing there. But I will say,
Mihai's got wing damage.
Mihai, yeah, and I think that happened through the final chicane of that previous lap, because on exit he was nowhere, had no grip, so I think he may need to pit, which is a real shame.
Real shame for him. He looked like he was having good pace, got wing damage, and that's kind of a bit of a wrap to his race. Virtual safety car. Oh, has this just absolutely gone into the hands of the top three? Because Forrest Jump, I don't actually know.
I don't see.
Oh, Mihai's lost his entire wing.
So they've thrown a VSC to clear up his wing. Oh wow.
And that has absolutely
That's gonna be a painful lap.
Has played it a lot into the favour of the top three, because they can box and come out ahead of Forrest Jump and have the same age of tyre. I guess Forrest
Jump. Could the VSC end? It could end while they're still in the pit.
We will see. Oh! Homnov got really close to the wall on the entry. That could have been a bit embarrassing for him. But he just avoids that. And his VSC ended. VSC ended.
So still slightly better for Flores, but of course his tyres will be a lot older.
And he stays out. Is he going to come out ahead of the top three? This could really throw a spanner in the works.
I think he's going to be right in the mix. I think he might even overtake them.
He's ahead of all three of them. He is ahead of all three of them. This could throw a spanner in the works. How much like tyre wear has he got on those tyres?
Yeah, I wonder what the delta would be. I'm not entirely sure. I think 10 laps isn't so bad, so I think right now he'll be okay. And I think he does naturally seem to have the best pace on track. But I think once the tyres get to about 20 laps, I think they do get.
I don't know what happened to Viper,
bad.
by the way, under that, with those pit stops. He's now miles behind the other two, that box.
Ooh. Maybe he changed from me. That's about an extra 2-3 seconds.
Potentially. Mihai also pit, and when he pitted, the VSC ended, so that is painful for him.
Yeah. Hey, he caused it.
Very, very much pain. And 4.9 seconds between first and second. It is a bit of a sprint to the line, or it's just going to be an absolute marathon to the line. We will see. Borisov might have to box. We will find out very soon, I guess. As the captain still look. Oh, Mihai's got 10 seconds. That is painful for crossing the the exit line of the pits. And a captain, once again, like he did in the first stint, looks quicker, but can he get past? Does not mean he can get past really at all, as Mihai is in the wall again. Safety car! Safety car! Oh my word! And Forrest Jump can just go...
for that?
And Forrest Jump can just go straight into the pits.
Oh my word, wow, wow, wow. I mean, so Mihai, I was on board with him. Just had a bit of oversteer, overcorrected it, and then just sort of skewed into the barrier towards the exit of the corner.
And this...
And just hit that little bit where like the barrier sticks out on the exit of turn, I think it's 3.
Yeah.
Oh, he's out. Yeah, he's run wide there and understeered into the wall and lost a tyre. So that's his race over.
This has played beautifully into McLaren's hands. They can both pit. Same with the Ferrari in 6th who can pit, and basically everyone behind the top 3 can pit for a new set of wet. Forrest on. He, like you said earlier, was looking like the fastest guy on track at the moment. But that does not mean he can overtake all 3 drivers in front of him, because despite the guy behind might be fast, and this track is proven very difficult to overtake in wet conditions.
Yeah, as the Greek Bill goes into the pits, albeit his AI car, I believe.
Yikes, I'm just watching this, how he crashed out. His wheel just got absolutely shredded by that wall there. Yeah, that is very unfortunate. That felt like long ago, I can't lie. Yep, safety car out. So, how do we summarise this? Viper's made up 5 positions and gone from 8th to on the podium currently. Jump, with that wing damage he got at the start, is now 4th from 2nd. Hobnob has somehow kept his 1st place, despite having to defend like his life depends on it for about 12 laps. So fair play to him. SNRS captain looks fast out of the 2, but just cannot get through at the moment, that defense. DK, he's made up 2 places, gone from 7th to 5th. Box Fresh has lost a couple places and gone from 4th to 6th, and the Greek Bill only losing 1 place from 6th to 7th. And we have 7 drivers remaining for the last about 18 laps of this race. So, what's your thoughts currently? How would you think you like next? I want to say about 17 laps will go once, or 16 when we finish the cup area.
Yeah, I think we resume probably on lap 16. I'm very excited. Forrest Jump has great pace, and as you said earlier, the safety car was perfect for him. So it's neutralised the race. It's given him a shot again to challenge for the lead, as he was doing from the get-go.
Yeah.
I mean, Hobnob and Captain, though, ultimately they're still in the same order. So I'm expecting to see absolute amazing racing yet again on the restart. It'll just be a question of, can Hobnob pull off perhaps the race of his life? With absolutely, honestly, perfect car placement, great on the brakes, good awareness, good battery usage, good battery management, and actually see off this race and take home the victory.
100%. I'm just trying to find where the standings are. They haven't actually been updated for a while. They haven't been updated from ones they have there. No, that's not. That's unfortunate. Well, currently, I mean, this is since Netherlands. I believe Hobnob was 2nd. Forrest was 1st. I'm not entirely sure on what the order is right now, but either way, if they're still in the if there's still a championship battle between the two, this is a very good result currently for Hobnob. But I will not count out Jump by a long shot. I will not count him out.
Nope. And I think out of everyone, I think Viper maybe was the most unfortunate with his safety car, because I felt like he was looking after his tyres very well and was playing a bit more of the long game. Sort of waiting to see what those top two would do.
Do you actually think there'll be much of a delta between the top three that boxed and everyone else that boxed in the safety car? Because it was only like 2 laps between that VSC and the safety car.
I mean, there's only 1 lap difference in freshness.
Yeah.
So I think no difference at all. There'll be no difference.
But
safety car's already in.
Yeah, but there wasn't really much of a difference in the tyres between when the bottom 4 all boxed that VSC. And Forrest Jump still looks faster than the top 3, and he looks fast by a lot more.
Yeah, as I said, I think it's only when the wets get to about 20 laps they really start to go.
Here we go.
So I don't think we would have seen it, but anyway, yeah, let's wait and see.
When is he going to go? Does he go as late as possible, or does he go before the final corner? He goes before the final corner.
Yeah, I would go before, because we know how good Captain is on the exit of corners. So that is a great restart from Hobnob.
Very good stuff for him, and he's now 2.5 tenths clear, and that's probably the biggest that gap's going to get with how much they've been close together for the opening stage of this race. That the safety car has obviously put Forrest Jump right back into this race for the win. If he can overtake Viper, Captain, and Hobnob. And is Captain already gonna try get to work? No, he can't. Hobnob immediately put the overtake on as soon as he saw the gains down the straight. And once again, he's faster in the low speed score. Is he going to have a go? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. He just more or less tries to make Hobnob make an error one way or another. But with how it's going currently, he will not make a mistake. But Captain, I must say, all over the back of that Red Bull.
Yeah. Very much a continuation, but Viper holding his own. You know, Forrest isn't yet, diving down the inside on him, challenging.
Down the inside, Captain goes on the hairpin once again. They're so close between each other. And is he going to get better traction? Yes, he still gets better traction. Is he ever going to go on the next?
To open the inside.
No, he can't. It's just. In the wets, that's a very difficult corner to try and get an overtake. Sorry for the interruption there. It came out of nowhere, that move a little bit. Well, I say came out of nowhere. He's tried it like 3 or 4 times, and he still can't get through. Oh! Viper hits the back of Captain. Has that got any wing damage? No, it has not. Oh, he almost goes round, but it's all okay.
Yeah, Forrest biding his time.
Hobnob has less battery, and he's had a bit of a dodgy exit of the last corner. Oh, Hobnob moves over to the left. Is he going to be able to go down the inside? No, he can't. And he still keeps P1.
Wow, that was close.
He had a bit of a mare in the last corner, but managed to recover it all. And he has a lot less battery than
but Captain, though, this looks very promising. That was a very, very good line from Captain.
He's on the back of... Oh, he's trying to force his way down the inside. Hobnob will not let happen, so he's got to dodge around the outside.
Be careful, Hobnob.
But Hobnob closed the door on him, and he's still trying to switch back, but the gap's not there. Quite simply.
Right on the limit of defence there by Hobnob. Captain might be a little bit frustrated, but yeah, just cannot get through yet. Definitely put Hobnob under a lot of pressure though, especially with the battery.
He's putting the whole of Milton Keynes in front of Captain right now, as he's still holding that inside. He is all over the back of him since the safety car restart. He's going to have another go, maybe. No, he's aware of it.
Great idea.
But he's trying to go around the outside.
Go to the outside, yeah.
But Hobnob defends it unbelievably well. But he gets better traction, but he's too far back.
I think the outside strategy was better, though.
Is he going to go for it again? Oh, he gets a beautiful switchback. Can he deal with the traction? A bit of contact again as we go through this long straight. This is Captain's best chance to get the lead. Captain takes the lead in Singapore, but Hobnob tries to go around the outside, but he can't make it work.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Captain takes the lead on lap 16 of 31, and it's been a long time coming. It is an absolute beauty of a move. Honnob tried his best, but it was going to happen one way or another with the pace that Haas driver has in this condition. I say that Honnob, he's not really losing too much touch with the Haas, but wow.
Such great driving. You know, that overtake almost started from turn 1, just grinding down the back.
Oh, Viper! He's all over the back of Honnob! Honnob is falling apart since the safety car. He's trying to raffle spirit. We go! Almost wheel to wheel. Viper can't get the move done, and he's going to be the one getting frustrated for the next 14 laps, unless he gets past quickly. Oh, he hits the back of Honnob, but it looks like it's all okay. Aye. 6 tenths now. That gap opening up between Captain and Honnob. This has played beautifully. That safety car, maybe he got a better tyre warm up, and that was because he looked a lot more threatening after that safety car restart than he did before that safety car. Really, he just looked all over the back of Weather, and before that safety car, he looked all over the back of him, but it just wasn't so. Just outrageous.
Interestingly, Forrest, you know, having set loads of flying laps, isn't really making inroads. You know, I've not really seen him even close enough to Viper to make the move. I think Viper's almost had better pace.
He has got the most battery out of everyone in the top 4 currently, so maybe he's biding his time.
I think he is, yeah. But I do still think he's struggling though.
We'll see. He's like full on none in battery, so I don't know what the plan is behind that. We will see. Probably near the end of the race, as he's very much biding his time at the moment as he burns the back to try and get back within that 1 second, or like within the chances of battling for the lead, as Captain about 6 tenths clear at the moment. I think Captain's just given Honnob a little bit of a slipstream, so it's proving a lot harder maybe for Viper to even get close. Probably not intentional, more or less. He might just quite simply not be able to pull away enough. But he's getting quite a nice slipstream, is Honnob, from the back of the house to almost help him defend against Viper, because almost immediately Viper got past Honnob after Captain passed Honnob. But we will see. 13 laps to go here in Singapore. Top four. There's barely anything between it. They must be gutted if you're off the podium come the end of the 31 laps, as you're so close to 3rd place, or even the win perhaps. But it's just so close yet so far at the moment for Forrest Jump with the damage he had on lap 1.
And the Greek Bill, he left the session, right? So has he had AI control?
No, he got back in.
He got back in. Okay, good. Because I was gonna say the way he's driving is really nice right now. Over the back of DK, sort of lining up a move.
Is he going to go for it here? As we go down the straight round the outside, is he going to try a similar move to what Captain did earlier in the race? Maybe get the switch back. He does not quite get the same rotation, struggles on traction a little bit. And I don't think he's going to have to fight for another day. He has got time. A chance of him catching top 4 is not looking likely. It's about 7.5 seconds to gap. Oh, it's about 8 seconds now. Honnob, the fastest lap of the race. Here we go. It is not over yet until it is over. But I must say, Captain now has the most battery out of everyone in the top 4. So maybe he saved a little bit.
just a little bit.
Well, he saved a lot. Clearly, he's got almost a whole battery now to him to defend. If it comes to that. And Viper has the least battery out of everyone in the top 4 by quite a mile, and that's affecting him here as Forrest Jump's going to try and go around the outside of Viper. Viper goes deep, gets a beautiful switch back to Jump, and he's up into P3. That's 1 down, 2 to go with about 12 laps left. That is a crucial move in this race, and that's only one, and now is potentially his championship rival up next.
Yeah, Viper just feeling the pressure a little bit, running too deep, but still a very good race from him, and he's very much within contention still.
Yeah, as the gap's now opening up 1 second, or it was 1 second between the top 2. Now it's 6 tenths. That's quite a bit for exit as Greek Bill almost hits the back of DK, but he's just kept out of trouble now. He's hitting his rear wing. or gearbox. And now Forrest Gump now can bide his time again, recharge that battery as he's doing. And Hobnob had a lot less battery than what he did earlier. He had about 60%, now he has about 24% battery. So he may be using quite a lot to try and keep up and maybe get an overtake. He's struggling around the final corner. Forrest Gump, fastest lap of the race. Oh boy, here we go. That safety car may have played beautifully into his hands. Oh, DK almost spun around the final corner. And Greek Bill gets through for P5. Massive moment around the final corner. Also, Viper's dropped off a lot off the back. Oh, Greek Bill, by the way, I've just noticed left end plate slightly missing. But it clearly isn't affecting his pace too much. By the way, Jump might get Hobnob here. Through Raffle Spoon we go. He's got so much straight line speed compared to the Red Bull. And he's up into P2. He was like a rocket ship down the straight. So whether
absolutely aced the turn as well. It's so beautiful over the curb.
So whether
closing in onto Captain.
So whether Hobnob made an error, because that was outrageous straight line speed compared to the Red Bull. I did say he had very little battery. Like, it must be said, compared to the other. Well, now the top two drivers. He's now saved quite a bit. It's now 67% his battery. SNRS Captain still sitting very nicely with the full pack of battery. And also, if I must say, Viper's dropped off a little bit, 2.3 seconds from the top three ever since that overtake by Forrest Gump. He's kind of dropped off the pace a little bit here, but it's still a good race from P4 from PA. Very good stuff from him, but it had potential for a podium, but it is what it is. Forrest Gump has been the quickest driver on track from the looks, I think, for these first 20 laps of this race. And he does have absolutely nothing in the battery compared to SNRS Captain. And neither does Hobnob really have any battery. Hobnob is once again for like the 5 millionth time having to save the rear. Around the final corner.
Breaking into the 142s there, or the 142.9.
Yep. Still, he doesn't have the battery to really go for a move, and he's nowhere near Captain. So despite setting the fast lap of the race, he's still 1.2 seconds back from Captain. He's not really anywhere near trying to make a move. By the way, Hobnob out of the 1 second from Forrest Gump. From pole to third, it's going to look like for the Red Bull. Not ideal, but it will still be good points for him this weekend after he won the sprint and the main race at Baku last week. But he definitely probably would have wanted more with how he was leading for quite a good chunk of this race. Even if he wasn't the fastest driver on the track at the time, he was definitely leading a good chunk of this race.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have minded so much losing this race to Captain, but as it turns out with the safety car, he is now behind Forrest. So yeah, it's certainly not ideal for him. But yeah, still 10 laps to go.
There's still plenty of time. This race got turned on its head by a safety car. Will it once again get turned on its head by a safety car with about 10 laps to go? There is only 7 drivers, so like I said earlier, the chances of a safety car to decrease quite a lot due to the chance of there being a crash because of the amount of drivers there are on track, and a lot of them are quite far apart. Really, the only battle now is the top 2, and to be honest, as it's for the lead of the race, we won't mind that whatsoever. As long as there's action near the top, and as long as someone's not pulling away off into the distance, and there's like a battle to maybe say what could have possibly been a very boring last 9 laps, as apart from the top 2, everyone's just like out of it, just nowhere near each other.
But the thing is, yeah, there's been a battle, I think, every second of this race, somewhere on the grid, like often just first and second, but still there's been great battles throughout. It's been very entertaining.
100%. 7 tenths now the gap between the top 2. 6 tenths. He has a lot of straight line speed, it looks like. He's gained quite a bit down the straight.
Yeah, maybe not full maxed out 50-50 on the wings.
Yeah.
I'm sure quite a few of them are.
100% maybe. But he's looking very quick. 5 tenths. He's definitely looking quick in this middle section of the track. He's not looking as fast as Captain though, so maybe you're right. He does maybe have slightly lower wings, but it means he's an absolute rocket in those straights. And there is still quite a few of them, despite it being a little bit tricky to overtake. There is still quite a few of them. By the way, Hobnob is now closing into the clutches of Viper. Viper might be able to get that podium after all. 1.8 seconds between the two of them. This is not over yet for the last place of the podium. Even though the top
and
three...
to be fair to DK, I mean, he's lost the place to Beal, who has wing damage, but he is now holding pace.
Yeah.
So you never know. All it takes is one little mistake from Green Beal. We've seen a couple of mistakes from him, so even that fight could be eliminated.
Yeah, for sure. 1.6 seconds. Hobnob is really fallen off the pace. Since that his car restart, he's not looked on that pace really that he was in those first about 10, 11 laps of this race.
He's going into the pit. He's going into the pit.
He's in the pit lane. Where's there wing damage potentially then for the Red Bull?
I didn't see any, you know.
Oh, he's on the inters. He's going for the inter tire.
Oh wow, this is a big gamble.
I mean,
I've been in a race where like what you see physically isn't the same as the track conditions. Maybe that's what he's feeling, but from our perspective, it looks like full gap.
All right,
maybe he's felt something.
And yeah, we'll need to have a look at his pace. It's a long, there's a big gap. It is a huge gap though between him and the leaders. The gap is 30 seconds. Surely not. There is a lot of rain still coming down.
I agree with you. 7 laps. I think even if it goes really extreme inters compared to wets, they'll lose maybe max a second and half a lap.
Yeah, could you keep an eye on the gap between him and the leaders and see how that progresses? Like, obviously on where it says gap, but yeah.
Yeah, well, 29 seconds currently, and I'll keep you posted. But I think it's a very tall order, as you say.
It is.
Unless it suddenly became bone dry, at which point the wets would just disintegrate. But I think that's the only way that would work. I feel like is if the wet tyres are forced to hit.
Yeah.
I just don't see it right now. I mean, there's still massive puddles, especially offline.
Yep, I can see on the interval he's catching DK, but P5 compared to what would have been
DK,
an easy P3.
He's caught 2 so far this lap. He's gained 2 tenths,
and that's probably just a fresh tyre. To be quite honest with you, I will see though. We will see if he just does catch DK P5 compared to what would have been potentially a P3. Yeah, it's quite a lot of points thrown away, to be honest with you. By the way, now Jump. Jump has a massive moment, but regains that quite nicely. But that gap opens back up in Captain's favour. 7/10 now. It closed down as we go down that straight, and he's just gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
So yeah, so far it looks about a 1 second gain of the inters over the wets. So it does look like the track is drying out, and you can start to see dryish patches, especially very much on the racing line. You can see dry patches going down this main straight. So I think Hobnob will make short and easy work of DK as we approach the end of this sector 1 into sector 2, and makes a great move.
Oh, he goes off the track.
P5.
But yeah, P5.
Got the move done already, I think, so we'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah. In 1 second, that's just not enough. That's quite simply not enough. He needs multiple seconds, if not more.
I think now he'll be a fight for P4 for him now. But I think he backed himself to get past Green Bill, so I think it's still an interesting race on there.
Yeah, 100%. That will probably be near the final lap of this race. If it carries on, only being 1 second, he really needs the wet tyre to just disintegrate for him to have any sort of chance of leading the race. What's the gap looking like between him and the leaders?
26. So he is gaining a little bit more. It's more like a 1.5 second delta now. But obviously he needs to really be more like 3.5 seconds at this point.
Yeah, 100%. Forest Jump now 5/10 between him and Captain. He looks rapid in a straight line. I don't know what wings he's running, but he looked rapid when he passed Viper and Hobnob. Will it look the same between him and Captain? Captain has a lot of battery, but so does Jump. And is he going to get the move done? No, he's miles back. Hobnob, fastest lap of the race, 1:41.839. I have no idea on the time for the leaders at the moment.
I'll keep you posted, yeah. It's gaining about 1.5 seconds still, so it's 25 seconds now, the gap. 6 laps remaining.
Yep, so yeah, it just looks like P4 for him. I'm very comfortable with P4. I mean, he did look like he was losing a lot of time to P3, but he could have kept it, I feel like. I don't think he was slow enough for it to be definite he was going to get overtaken to P4. I think he could have kept the podium there. Unfortunate, but it is what it is.
I think if it was a VSC who made that move, I'd be able to stay out. That would have been a very inspired pit. But I think you're right, the delta's just slightly too high on this occasion.
Yeah, 6 tenths now. Is it too little too late for Forrest Jump? Or is he going to be able to pull out a late move for the win of this race? And huge points over Hobnob in the championship. As we are about to go around the final corner and start lap 26. 4 tenths is the gap between the top two. Captain, he's been fighting so long to get the lead. He got it on lap 16. Is he going to lose it within the next 5 laps? Or is he going to lose it here 10 laps later on lap 26? That gap looks very close now than it had done on the previous lap. Is he going to keep it the same way as we get on the traction? Through here, he gets very good traction. He's on the back of him. Has he got the straight line speed? He uses his battery. So does Captain. He's going to have to go round the outside. They're so close between the two of them. Oh, there's contact. He hits the gearbox and he can't get through. Live to fight for another day.
Yeah, Hobnob gained a second and a half in the last lap. So 23.5 seconds now behind, but only half a tenth behind the Greek Bill.
The Greek
Bill
has
closed up to the back of P4.
Yeah. Now, will Jump pull a dive bomb here? No, he's too far back. Way too far back. Hobnob on the other hand, he won't need to pull a dive bomb. Look at the amount of traction, just outright speed he has. Compared
He's going to go for the move here, maybe.
Nah, he can't. No way. He might go for it into the hairpin, or maybe earlier. As it's very tight through there. He's gone a bit off the track. He's going to have to give that place back, and he has done so. And this just cost him more the time as well. And if there was any,
doesn't waste too much time here.
And if there was any debate on whether he might get like a podium or something, that has all gone out the window because he's losing second now.
Yeah, Greek Bill knows that he has nothing to lose, so he's using overtake mode, and very much frustrating Hobnob's day.
And here we go. Hobnob should get an easy pass through the chicane. He has much pressure tyres and it's the inters, so it does look faster, even if it's not enough for the podium place. He is up into P4, and yeah, very lonely race here on out. A good 16 seconds between him and Viper in the Mercedes. But we go back up to the leaders. Forrest Jump gets a good exit. Oh, a little bit of weaving down the straight. He closes the door on him.
Oh my word!
Is he going to go around the outside? Forrest Jump will bang as he goes off the track. Captain, does he have to give that place back? Captain's round the outside. Will that stand? He's still on the outside. He's got beautiful traction. He keeps the inside line. And he keeps P1.
Great defending by Captain.
But Jump is still going for it. Round the outside. Oh my word, that would have been ambitious.
Great driving from both of them. Oh yeah, that could be a pivotal moment there. Great defending from Captain. Forrest has got to just regroup. He's still got time to win this race. 4 laps.
4 laps to go. 3 once we cross the line. It's not over yet. It is far from over. The gaps are opening up everywhere else on the field except for the top 2. It's been like that from lap 1 up until now. He used the overtake. Is he going to go for it around the outside? Into the chicane. The gap's not there though. Once again, the gap is not there. He's all over the back. He's almost pushing him through the chicane. He looks so much faster in the second part of this race. Look at him trying to almost hit the back of him through the final corner. But he
both
can't
using
get through.
none as well, trying to sneakily gain battery before we start that straight.
Very good tactics here by the top 2. As yes. By the way, Hobnob is 12.5 seconds between him and third. Maybe that battle with Greek Bill just cost him so much time. And maybe I might have cost him maybe a potential podium if he was ever going to be able to get it. But once again, he burns battery, and once again, he's too far back. He gains a lot in the last stage, but he's just miles back. There's no way in hell you're making that move. As he taps the back of him.
Again.
DK into the pit lane for, I'm guessing it will be a set of intermediate. It is the set of inters. a lot more. I guess he's going to go for fastest lap of the race potentially, and try and get that point.
Nothing to lose.
Really. Yeah, probably would have done it later. So the Greek Bill now has a chance to get it. So that might not make an awful lot of sense in terms of now the Greek Bill can go for it because there's still a lot of laps to go, and there's still an opportunity for Greek Bill to box and go into an instant and still that fast lap. We'll see how that situation unfolds.
I'd be too scared to box in case I mess up and get a 10-second.
Oh, he has got a massive gap between him and P7. Here we go though, he's very close now. Forrest Jump, is he going to go for it? He's a lot more alongside than he was on the previous run into the chicane. He's going to go around the outside. There's a little bit of contact. Forrest Jump goes sideways. And
on earth did he keep the car there?
And they're side by side into the final corner. Forrest Jump has the inside line and takes the lead on lap 28.
But Captain, though, is Captain going to come back?
He can't. He can't. And Forrest Jump defends the inside. And yes. Forrest Jump off the track.
That will the track limits, but gets away with it.
And then struggling in traction. And you feel like that might be that. Because
I do not know how Forrest braked as late as he did and turned with brake on like he did and actually held that perfectly around the outside. The Captain just couldn't do anything, didn't squeeze him, and then ultimately Forrest had the inside line, the second part of the chicane, so it's an amazing move.
Yeah.
Just no idea how he pulled that off.
The Greek Bill, by the way, like I said, he's into the pit also to try and set past the race. He got very close to the wall, I must say, a little bit of bang with it. He's having a few moments all of a sudden. It's a little bit odd. Half a second between the two of them. He's not really close enough to...
It's that Lando Norris energy there. That
it's McLaren,
Singapore and a McLaren energy.
It's a McLaren, that's why I explained it.
There'll be at least one little bang of that rear right into a wall somewhere.
Good. By the way, Hobnob, he's caught up a lot, but it's just not going to be enough. Is it? Or is it? I don't know. 7 seconds. He's catching an awful lot, but it might be too little too late for the Red Bull. It's gonna be what, 2 laps to go once we cross the line? It's just not gonna be enough. He needs to gain about 3 seconds.
Too big.
3.5 seconds more or less actually.
Yeah, and actually his pace for the record is about 7 tenths slower than his best.
So
his
Hat hits the wall. Did he get damage? No, he didn't. But yeah, that's over. 1.4. That is game, set, and match.
I don't know. I've seen stranger things in a race. I mean, it does look a lot more into conditions now. So the wets might start to struggle, might start to overheat.
Could Hobnob still
you never know. Just all it takes is one mistake.
Could Hobnob steal the podium? 42.4, I think that was on his previous lap. What was Viper's previous lap? It was. Let me have a look.
I'm still not sensing it. I mean, the track is getting drier, but not dry
about
enough.
About 2 seconds a lap fast. It needs 3 seconds really, doesn't it?
Exactly. I mean, unless it suddenly dries up now, I think it'll get close. But again, all it takes is a mistake from Viper to close him in.
1.6 seconds between, 1.5 seconds now between the top two. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm on board with Hobnob, and he is really pushing, flying over curbs, trying everything he can. So he definitely senses that there is podium potential.
Those tyres are really overheating. I can't lie. Those tyres look very dodgy to be on right now. But I don't think it'll be enough for Hobnob to really make an impression.
In fairness, Viper is slipping and sliding around the track, which is a bit unlike him so far this race. So I think he is feeling a bit of pressure.
It's only 5. It's 5.5. I don't. Yeah, it needs a lot more time to have any hope of catching. Yeah, that looks like it will be that here at Singapore. Though it is going to be one.
Very impressed by Viper's pace.
It is going to be one really nervy last lap here. As a Captain has another moment, it's just going to be an absolute nerve-wracking last lap for these lot. As Viper's catching them, by the way, he's catching them by a lot, the top two. Can I just say 4 seconds now?
Yeah, Viper and Hobnob are both closing in. That's what I mean. I've been impressed by Viper, and he's responding to what Hobnob's doing, and basically just completely
closing. It's 3.5 seconds. What's going on? It's 3 seconds. He's catching him by almost like
Well, I think it comes down to what I was saying earlier, where he's looking after his tyres a lot better than Captain Forrest and Hobnob.
It's 3 seconds. It's 3 seconds. He's catching by absolute seconds in the sector.
Like I say, it's tyre wear when the wets get to that threshold, and he definitely is the smoothest of all these drivers that I've seen. So I think the safety car really scuppered him, actually. So imagine if he'd had this benefit around sort of lap 20 or 18.
Is he going to catch? He might catch a half. It's 2 seconds. Is it going to be too little, too late, or is he going to be able to catch that half? 2 seconds. It's now under 1. It's now 1.9.
This is insane.
Lee drama. I said it was all done. It might not be all done. Look how much
this is an insane delta. I mean, Captain must have shredded his tyres. They must have both shredded their tyres. They've just hit this cliff with the track drying out as well. They've overheated their tyres. I'm looking at their steering wheels.
It just looks like
especially Captain.
1.6. It's just going to be too late for them. It's just going to be too late. It's 1.8 for Hobnob. They're just going to come in on the last lap. It's all too late for them.
Driving though. I mean, Viper holding out Hobnob essentially by pushing so hard. I mean, you know, this is great racing from all four of them.
There's no way. 1.1 seconds. Is he going to have a go? Is he going to have a go? Look at him. He's 6 tenths. It's not enough.
Oh, come on. Let's add a... Come on, Michael Massey. Give us another lap.
But jump goes round the final corner. Oh, is he going to take it? Captain, he takes the lead. Captain wins it.
What on earth? Oh my word.
Captain wins the race by just under 2/10 of a second. And look
what
at
did Forrest do at the end? Did he just lift off, or did he drop it?
It just looked like he lifted. I don't know. He just looked. They just both looked so nerve-wracking. But look
did he drop off like deviating to the pit lane to sort of celebrate?
But look at the gaps between the top 4. Look at it. They just did not have enough laps. They didn't have enough laps to 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, imagine one more lap.
Can I just say, the Greek bill for Hobnob. That
he struggled.
has ruined any chances there. That could have been podium right there and then, or even the race win. He just got held up by the Greek bill for so long. And look at unbelievable scenes. Captain wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Jump on the very last corner in very bizarre circumstances. Comes second. Viper, very valiant effort for P3 there from P8 on the grid. Very good drive. He just from nowhere had a challenge and potentially could have gotten second place because he was so close back of.
Well, I think another lap and he could have won.
He could have won, so could have Hobnob. They were all catching each other at the rate of knots. And I don't know what to say.
I've been given driver of the day. I mean, I was very impressed with Viper. Really impressed.
I don't know what to say.
That's insane. I mean, I'd love to know what happened to Forrest. I mean, I do not, it is surprisingly easy to just lose the rear end a little bit through that final sort of double left-hander.
They were so cautious on the last lap. Well, SNRS captain wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Fair play. He was fighting for so long to try and get off the lead of Hobnob, who finishes quite a disappointing 4th from pole position. And maybe if he didn't get stuck behind the Greek bill, that could have been the race win right there and then, especially with the drama that happened on that last lap. Forrest jump, I do not know what to say. He lost it at the very last corner. Despite he looked the fastest man on track the entire race. And he lost it by just under 2/10 of a second. Also, he was miles away before that safety car. Unreal scene. Viper, fair play. From 8th to 3rd, very good drive. He had the pace of all the leaders and could have won that race, like you said. But Hobnob was looking even faster. I do not know how to go through that last lap. That was insane. The Greek bill, 5th place, gets the fastest lap as well. A very good point for him there in the RB. The DK from 7th to 6th, kind of a lonely race from him. Absolutely no man's land. The box rush, same with him. He was really miles away from DK, and he's the last of our finishers. Mihai crashed. That caused the safety car and really caused most of the drama in this race. And he's a P8, and Nissan unfortunately DNF'd on lap 1, so we couldn't see what he could bring into the race. But oh boy, it did not look like there was much else that could have been brought into the race.
and proof that you don't need full grids. You just need a nice wet Singapore Grand Prix.
I'm real. Any final words from you? I mean, you said full. I don't know what to say. I was not expecting that. Fair play
Yeah,
to everyone that turned
really
up.
thoroughly enjoyed every single lap of that one, especially the last lap. Definitely going to watch back, I think, the view of Forest and just try and see what happened.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to find out in the Discord as well, perhaps. But I hope everyone enjoyed the stream,
Yeah,
and yeah, very happy to be alongside you, Aiden. Good race.
yeah, very good race indeed. Everyone, I'm sorry about the only 9 drivers turning up for this evening. There was meant to be 12. I don't really know what to say to the 3 people that checked in and just didn't turn up. Um, I'd do better. I heard Zach was at work, so fair enough for him. But Spin and Win and Bills, I can't lie, do better because you can't just check in and then not say anything on race day. Um, but yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Well done to everyone that turned up to the race. You produced an unreal race. Um, it's a wet Singapore really threw a lot of things into the mix and a lot of unpredictability. And we'll be back next week for, I believe, it is the USA Grand Prix. We'll be back at Austin, Texas for the second of the 3 American Grand Prix. And then the week after that will be Mexico. So we'll be back in 7 days' time. I hope you've all enjoyed the comms. I've been Aiden Jones, with Lucas Aid being an absolute wonderful co-commentator, and hopefully his will turns up for that race, so he can race. You've been a blast. Adios, amigos. Have a good evening.